Here we go. 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 Here we go.
Here we go, everyone. Welcome back to another session at the round table. Yours truly, this is LB. As Queen Latifah said, here we go, here we go. I'm back in the strap of what I love best, and that's talking to people who write plays, produce plays, be in plays, surround themselves about plays, because production of acting like someone who you're not. I think you really have to be a special someone. The lady that I'm going to be interviewing today, her name is Ylonda Powell. She is a writer, producer, director, coach. It could go on and on. I'm not for sure she's a mother or not, but I'm gonna put that title on her. I'm sure she's a mother to a lot of young adults because she does a lot of things in the community here in Mecklenburg County, Charlotte, North Carolina. She's the writer of Big Boys Do Cry. And the one play that she just put on in Charlotte, from what she said to me backstage, 4 times Charlotte had to have it. We're going to be sitting down talking to the one and only Ylonda Powell when we come back. Y'all check this out right here.
You are now tuned into Urban Voice Media.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the round table, Ylonda.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome, awesome. When I read your resume, I'm like, the first thing I seen on your resume was Big Boys Do Cry.
Yeah.
How did you know that? You got brothers?
I have one brother.
Is he older or younger?
He's younger than me.
So
14.
you know definitely by experience why he knows how to cry.
Yes, I have a father. I have uncles. I have an ex-husband that we co-parent extremely well. By the way, I am a mother of 2 beautiful daughters.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I got like a bunch of male acquaintances and friends that I know. So I had a lot of experience writing that play.
Oh man, I mean, just sitting back when the ladies brought this to me and they said, "Yo, L, you got to do this one." Actually, I ran across you several months in the beginning of this year from special thanks. I'm gonna get this out now to Tangi Watts at iMerge PR.
Okay.
She had brought you across the table, and I think we tried to get an interview with you, but you were busy in the production with Stuck. Reason why we're talking today. And I looked over your information. I saw that one Big Boys Do Cry, and I looked at it and I said, "Wow, that's something that we don't have enough of now." We're in the late 1990s, early 2000s. You saw plays and plays and plays and plays. What made you want to start bringing plays back?
That's always something that I've been doing since I was a teenager. And to be very honest, people have approached me and say, you need to move into film, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I tried it and it was great, but theater is always something that I will always hold dear to my heart. It's a passion of mine because I love live audiences. I love the adrenaline that it gives when I'm on stage. So I've never really stopped writing or producing or directing plays. I've had times when I took a sabbatical to work on other things, but plays is always going to be something I'm gonna do till I hit the grave.
When did you start writing plays?
I actually started when I was a teenager for like youth groups. So I would get like my youth group leader would be like, Ylonda, we're having a special thing or a youth event. Can you write a skit? And I would write like be short, like not even 5 minutes long. I would write a small skit. What really got me into really writing is when I was a little older. I was like 18, 19 years old. I went to a church called Prayer Tabernacle, and it was in Bridgeport. And so my bishop at the time, he knew I was into acting, but he would always have these ideas for plays, and he would just bring the ideas to me, and he'd be like, I need you to write this play, and I'm sitting here like, didn't want to tell my bishop no, but I'm like, Bishop, I don't write, I don't do any of that. I'm an actress. This is how I'm saying in my head. But out of obedience, I wrote. I wrote plays, I wrote skits, and then from there, when I saw how it was having an impact on the people that would come in the congregation, and some people that didn't even come to church were hearing about the plays, and they were just coming in from the community just to watch. Then it was like, oh, maybe I need to, work on this a little bit more, because I'm seeing the impact that it's having on the community and the church.
You had said that you had done it in Bridgeport. So now you're in Charlotte. You're originally from where?
New Haven, Connecticut. That's where I was
New
born in.
Haven.
hmm
Now, how long have you been in the North Carolina area?
Since May 30th, 2015. So
Wait a minute.
9 years, almost 9 years.
You broke this thing down. You said May 30th, 2015. Ylonda, that's a gift. That's a writer's gift.
Uh-huh.
Memory is something. Your first play, what was the name of your first play?
Are you referring to Stuck? Because I had other ones that I wrote, but Stuck was the most popular.
The first play you said that let you knew, hey, I can do this. This is something I like doing. What was that first play?
Oh, it was actually called Silent Cry, A Silent Cry. And this was an like a idea that my late bishop had for a Christmas play. So it was almost like The Grinch That Stole Christmas, but it was actually a guy that really just didn't celebrate Christmas. He had so many hurts, and he had so many things going on. And so that was the first play that people talked about for a long time. And I was like, okay, maybe I could get into this, and that's where it was called A Silent Cry. I'm sorry, Silent Tears, I believe it was. This is like over 20 years ago. So yeah, I did that in the church, and that's where I actually started writing a lot of my plays.
Now, where did the idea of that come from?
My bishop at the time, he was a visionary. Like, he just loved, he just had a vision for a lot of stuff. He was a visionary. And so one day he just said, I have an idea for a Christmas play. We did a lot of Christmas events, big Christmas shows at the church. And so he wanted to incorporate a play that night. And I went home and I wrote the play for him. I think it was like 20 pages. It wasn't really a long play. But after I added my dancing and dancing and music in it, it just was a phenomenal piece. And to be honest, I tell people all the time, I wasn't doing it for any type of notoriety. I wasn't doing it for any money. I just wanted to do it. And so when I saw that people came out, like the church was packed when they heard this play was coming. And then once we did it, the people were so blessed. They were hugging me and saying, you got to keep going with this. Keep going with this. This is a gift. And I'm only like 19 years old. And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah. You know what I mean? But it was a gift. And it was something that my bishop saw in me, and my mom as well saw in me, that I didn't even see in myself in the beginning, writing and producing and directing.
Awesome. So, as a young adult, you sat down and you said, hey, this is something that I like. I love it. I want to keep doing it. After that play, what was the next play that you wrote that said, hey, you know what? I could really, really do this as a career?
It was Stuck. Now, before that, I was writing a lot for the church. Like I said, it wasn't something that I was looking to do as like a career or anything like that. The next play I had written was called A Life for a Life, and I haven't done that in years, but it was pretty much like an Easter play, and it talked about how God gave his life for us. Now we in return give our lives to him. And that was a great play. But Stuck was that play that I knew God was using me to get a message that was bigger than me. And I to this day, it's like, it's still bigger than me. And I remember, because I dragged my feet writing Stuck, dragged my feet for like a year. And I remember God specifically spoke to me. And I'm not that type of person that's all deep and God speaks to me all the time. But I knew it was him. And he said, I need you to finish Stuck. It's time to get that play finished. This is, I mean, I'm just saying those words, but it was pretty much that feeling of it's time to get it. And I remember in Connecticut, I knew like different actors and stuff, and I just was like, I gave him a half a script. I said, listen, I got to get this play done. Like I gotta listen to the voice of God. And I was giving him a half a script at the time, and I was writing it as I was in rehearsals with them, trying to finish it up. And so that
Mm.
was the play after I saw that debut in the theater. This was the first play I ever did outside the church on my own, under my own company. At that time, I had established my own theater company. And that was the first play that I did in the theater. And when I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And this is, I'm going to do this as a career now.
Mhm. So the actors that you have acting with you now, are they like a life journey with you, or do you constantly rotate the actors in and out as you put on the production?
I will say that I'm extremely blessed because a lot of my cast members in Connecticut, they ran with me from the beginning. I mean, of course, you have people that, life changes and everyone's not planted with you forever, but nothing like any bad blood or anything. They moved away or their job schedule changed. They just couldn't make the rehearsals. And I will say that when I moved to Charlotte, same thing. I still have actors. I think our debut in Charlotte was 2017, June. I'm sorry, July 7th and 8th, 2017. We debuted Stuck in Charlotte. And I would say about a good portion of my veteran actors are still with me to this day. One of them has passed away. They passed away during COVID, but I know good and well he would have still been with us as well. So I'm blessed in that area to have a longevity with some of the actors.
With Stuck, where are some of the places you've actually performed Stuck? Put your production on that.
We did Stratford, Connecticut, New Haven, Connecticut. Then we did Charlotte. We've been to Columbia and Rock Hill so far.
Okay. I was just advised that, ladies and gentlemen, she's not only just a writer, producer, director, and coach, she's also a teacher. Tell me more about the teaching part. What type of teaching do you do?
So on the other side of my business, I also teach teenagers and children. So one of my clients right now, I work with after school program throughout Charlotte. So I go to different sites and I teach drama workshops to children. I also do children's theater. Earlier this year, we did The Lion King, which was a success. It
Oh,
was one of
man.
the charter schools in Charlotte that I partnered with, and we did The Lion King. So, on top of that, I also did academic teaching as well. But when it comes to the arts, I do teach drama. I used to have a school up in Connecticut, two locations where I taught the kids, and I did have help with this. Now I had instructors. Um, we taught them drama, we taught them dance and mime. I also do mime as well. And we put on performances. I always love to show off the work of the children. So all my productions and stuff like that or workshops are recital based when it comes to the children.
Now, when you're doing mime, are you fully, in the what is it, whiteface with the black attire and?
Say something. The mime is like different world for me. The mime, to be honest, has brought me all over the country. Like I've been to California. I've gotten calls to be all over. And this is not recently now. Let me tell you, like a few years ago. I started mime like maybe a little over 20 years ago. And so I had this one little dance. Marvin Sapp, You Brought Me From a Mighty Long Way. That song,
Mhm.
that was like, you know how Lou Rawls sang the same song, You'll Never Find? Like that
Yeah.
dance brought me all over the country and everybody wanted that particular dance. And I was like, well, I have other ones. They were like, no, we want that one. We want that one. So the mime is just it's like another plateau for me. And it opened up so many doors for me to like I said, minister around the country, all over California, Texas, Florida. But this was pretty much like maybe 15 years ago that where I was kind of, really traveling.
Would you ever get back into doing that?
You are like the 100th person that's asked. I really would have to get in. I really would have to get in shape. Because when I do mine, I put every fiber of my being into it. And the last time I did it, I was sore for like days. And so I put every fiber in it. So I thought about getting that back into it, working out, getting myself together. Because sometimes I do incorporate mime in my plays, which I think is very unique because I don't see a lot of people doing that. So that's one of my goals this year is to get myself together, and work out and make sure that I could do it and I could do it to my full capacity. Because once I get into it, I'm gone.
What's the tiring part of it? Is it some type of ballet or something that you're doing, or is it just having to be still for a moment or whatever?
You said mime. What is how do I portray it?
Yes.
Okay. So pretty much what I do is pretty much body language. So I would take a song, right? And I would literally act out that song with just my body and my facial expressions. So it's
Mm,
funny, but people always like, you always got that mouth open. I know when it's you, mine. You always got that mouth open. Because like I said, I put every fiber into it. And so yeah, I just take a song and I just really just put all the body language behind it to it's almost like I've gotten told that the words are coming like right through my body. Like it's something that they're like, your body just says every piece of the word. Like, we understand it. You're so powerful with it. And so yeah, that's pretty much what I do. It's body language. It's just body language.
okay.
And I'm just going with the song and I'm acting out the words with my body.
Okay. All right. I like. Hey, the next time you're doing it, please contact us over here at Urban Voice Media. Let us know. I'd like to come check you out. Maybe bring some children out and
Okay.
let them see, a little bit what it's about.
Uh-huh.
You're streaming on a Fire TV.
Yes.
Now, is both plays or just stuck?
Actually, we have Stuck, and we have a short film that I'm working on called Big Boy, not Big Boys, called Church Girls. And so Church Girls is going to be a mini series that we're working on. And basically, it's about two girls who grew up in church, but they have a secret life of crime. And so they're going around robbing people and this and that, and showing up to church, being the perfect young people that's in church. And so that's pretty much what it's about. So it's kind of like a suspenseful drama type production. So those are the two productions that I have so far on a Fire TV is Church Girls and Stuck.
Okay. Actually, here's a. Let me get back out of it. Do you mind? I'm gonna show a clip of what Church Girls is about, ladies and gentlemen. So
Absolutely.
go and when you go to a fire. This right here is what you'll be looking at.
I feel bad about that lady falling to the ground. I don't want to start hurting people, especially older people.
Helping or help.
You want to help? Keep doing good in school. Keep being active in the church. Keep.
If any man will come after me, let him deny himself.
That's what I need you to focus on.
Every tick of the clock is bringing us closer. Yes! Hallelujah.
That lady we robbed was Mother Davis.
Who was Mother Davis?
Hey, what's going on out here?
Mm, Church Girls. Church Girls is something else.
I love that project. Like I cannot wait to get started with that again. Like I said, that's I'm looking for that to be a mini series. And so we're still actually pushing this part of it on the internet for people to watch and chime in. But the people that have watched it literally have reached out to me. It's like, oh my God, what are you doing with this? Or who gets shot at the end? Because it's a cliffhanger. So I'm not telling you who gets shot. You have to watch out for it. But yeah,
Right.
that's one of my babies too that I'm really going to be focusing on in 2024.
Awesome. Now, are you going to put Stuck and Big Boys Do Cry on the shelf for a while, or will you be doing more with that?
Oh, I can't. Stuck. We're looking to do the next one. We're looking to put an itinerary together for the spring for Stuck. Hopefully going around to different cities in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina to start, and then making our way probably up north, out west. But we also, one thing that I do want to start doing with Stuck, because I can't be everywhere, but the message can go everywhere, is that if people want to do Stuck at their church or in their city, they can, you know, purchase the license to do Stuck, and they can produce it and direct it. And I can coach them if they need coaching. But just like if they wanted to do, if they wanted to get a license for any other play and put it on in their city, they can do that for Stuck as well.
Now with Jasonda Productions, did I say that right?
Yes, she did.
Okay. What all do you do there?
Well, we do produce the plays. I direct them. I also do production management. So I have a few clients that I've worked with that have a play idea, like if they have a book or something like that. I can help them develop their or an idea. They don't have to have a book. One of my clients, they already had a book out, so they want to turn their book into a play, which they had a playwright already write the play, and then she came to me because she knew she wanted me to produce it and direct it. So that's my production management services, where I will come in and produce your play. I'll help you get your cast together. If you need to find a venue, anything you need, my services are there to help produce it. If you also need a director, I'm a director as well. So I produce and direct projects. Also, I teach people how to write plays. I have a playwriting and production management workbook, which people thought was really, really helpful because so many people have ideas for plays and like they come to me even till I think the last person was last week they came to me. I'm so stuck on this play. What do I need to do? Can you help me? So I'm thinking about going back to doing the playwriting workshops, helping people tell their stories and getting their plays together so they can, and that's another stream of income as well, putting on plays. Um, so I do that. And like I said, I do the workshops for children. I'm starting to build a team for that because I can't go everywhere, can't be everywhere. But for after school programs and different schools that want to incorporate theater in their program, I also offer those services as well.
Yolanda, you're a big time busy.
Yeah.
Big time busy. So is it fair to say this is predominantly what you do now in your life?
Yes, it's been a blessing. The last few months, I've been able to transition from a regular 9 to 5 to doing this full time. So it's not. I'm not gonna say it's always easy. Entrepreneurship, you know what I mean. You got to work at it. You got to work at it every day. You got to be disciplined to get up and work at it every day. Now, I will say I've been on break for about a week and a half because I ain't did nothing because I was just so busy. I was producing a show in Monroe for a company. I did the 39 steps. And speaking of Big Boys Do Cry, we also did a luncheon for men that was very successful. And we had lunch. We did an excerpt of the Big Boys Do Cry play. And we also did a panel discussion. And so the panel discussion was powerful. Like the men really opened up about situations that they were going through, and other men were able to help them and chime in. It was just a wonderful experience. So to say all that, since September, I had just been producing, directing on the road. And so my body just was like, after my kids got out of school, I just took a break for the last 2 weeks. So next week, I'll be back at work.
You had stated something to me in reference to Stuck. When your artist, when you're having a rapport with your audience after the play's over, what are you getting from a lot of the audience? What are they telling you about your play, The Stuck?
They're telling me, that was phenomenal. Like the message. One person said to me, "Well, I expected it to be good, but not that good. It was breathtaking. It was captivating. It spoke to me. I saw myself in this particular character. I've had people throughout the audience while the play is going on. I'm getting unstuck. I ain't stuck no more. They'll just yell it out. Their hands are going up because they're praising God. I've gotten, how did you write such a message like that? It's so powerful. People have walked away saying, you know what, now I got to start speaking life over my family. I got to start speaking stuff into my life, speaking positive. I've heard so many things. And I also heard when you're gonna do it again because I need to bring my such and such my auntie back or whatever. But we do have the DVD available. I tell them now. So yeah, we get all types of um feedback, positive feedback, a lot of it. People just being blessed.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I like the part when you said there the person in the audience said, "I'm going to get unstuck." I like that.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
They
that make
literally yelled it out. I am not stuck no more. I'm getting unstuck. And
yeah.
so that
That
makes me
that
feel
that means this. The cliche. That means this. You had them stuck inside your play. Now that's awesome. That's good work there.
yeah.
When you keep them engaged, you keep them connected to where they can't look down to see what the neighbor is doing. Someone's coughing,
Yes.
they're not paying that no attention. They're stuck inside your play. That's awesome.
Oh, but to God be the glory. That's what I can say.
All right, all right. Have you came across any work that someone else wrote and you said, "Hey, I want to take up on this right here"? Have you came across that yet?
Um, Somewhat in a way. Um, some stuff that's already published. Like I like the Amen Corner. I like fences. I like August Wilson's work. So sometimes I might think about, but I've never done it. But I started off in piano lessons. That was my first professional production when I was 11 years old, and Samuel L. Jackson was in that play before he blew up, and a few other people that kind of are well known today. So I really, and I've gotten a chance to meet August Wilson when I was young, in the play. So I really love his work. But my thing is right now, I want to help other people establish their work, and I'm really trying to put together a nice program for people to write their plays and also produce them through my company. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's where my heart is right now. I really, because there's a lot of people that have ideas and they're stuck. They don't know how to do the script. They're stuck on the script. They don't know how to structure it. They like, Yolanda, I don't know if it makes sense. Can you read it? And this and that. So yeah. So to answer your question, not really. I haven't really seen anything other than like already published work. But as far as helping other people get their work and having an interest behind that, that's where I kind of want to hone into in 2024, helping other people get their projects off the ground.
That's great that you said that. I know a gentleman. He wrote a play titled "A Heavenly Choir,"
Nice.
and he's he's really looking forward to working with someone. So maybe if he sees this, you and him, maybe he could connect with you, get
Okay.
in contact with you, present his works to you, and maybe we can see that production behind Ylonda Productions.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. Okay. I'm open to that.
You kind of like advised everyone what you're doing next for the year 2024. The doors are open once again. When I went to your site, I see up here it says workshops, classes, summer camps, casting calls. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't had a chance, as you've seen going across the screen, is JESONDA Productions.com. Go there. If you have a family member or friend who's interested in getting into the theater of arts, please go here. I have favoritism with Ylonda. After seeing some of the things that she's produced, talking to her prior to coming up and speaking today, ladies and gentlemen, go to her page, submit your information, allow her team to get back in contact with you, and don't get stuck in one place. If get stuck somewhere, get stuck with Ylonda Productions, because I
Amen.
think, especially, I mean, let me ask you: have you had a situation where you had people from afar who wanted to connect with you and come to learn from your company?
Yes. I've had requests to do Zoom classes because my last playwriting workshop was in person. So I'm looking to really structure that to because I love in person stuff. It's just more intimate for me to be in front of the person, seeing what they're doing, how they're writing, what they're structuring, so I could really have a discussion with them. Um, but yeah, I mean, even with the plays, I've had people travel 5 hours to see the play, from Virginia, from I think as far as the other side of Georgia. Like I remember one time we did the play in Columbia, and there were two ladies that came out, and they were like, we heard so much about this play. They were actually from Charlotte, and they said, we heard so much about this play, and we were, we started following to see when you're going to do it again. And they drove all the way from Charlotte to Columbia to see it. I said, we done did it in Charlotte 1,000,001 times. She said, we didn't know. We just heard about it. So that makes me feel good that the work that God is allowing me to do is not being in vain. It's not going in vain. People are really like having life-changing experiences over the messages, even with Big Boys Do Cry. I mean, I used to have these magnets on my car, and it had Big Boys Do Cry and it had Stuck. I was promoting both plays. And when I say 100% of the time, it was men. I'm talking about Caucasian men, police officers, older men, younger men, black men. They were always, excuse me, miss, excuse me, what's that Big Boys Do Cry thing? And I was like, oh, it's a play. It was a conversation piece, but I'm like, man, ain't nobody asked me about Stuck. But that made me realize that it was needed. And that's why I did the luncheon. A lot of people ask me, why are you doing this? I had to do that luncheon because so many guys were stopping me to be like, what is that Big Boys Do Cry? What does that mean? What is that? And I just would tell them about it. And so they were like, man, that's awesome. That's so awesome. And when I tell you, it was not just black men. I'm telling you, firefighters, and, they would be at the side of me saying, what's that, Dad? What do you mean Big Boys Do Cry?
Hey,
So
we have feelings too. I mean, we
yes,
have
you
emotions.
do.
We hurt. We gather the pain as well.
Yes. And that's what it's all
Can
about.
people find Big Boys Do Cry on YouTube or somewhere?
Unfortunately, they can't, because let me explain why. The first time we did it was in December of 2019. I think we did 2 or 3 shows. And the videographer, they had an issue. I'll just put it like that. And my feelings was hurt. So by the time we were going to do it again in 2020 Easter weekend, we had it all lined up to do Big Boys Do Cry and Stuck the same weekend. It was going to be like a band, like 2 plays, back to back. And like 3 weeks before, I'm praying because they shutting stuff down for COVID. And I was like, please don't shut down. Please don't shut down. So 3 weeks before our show, Bloomingdale had to shut down. So we haven't had a chance to really do anything with Big Boys Do Cry, but guarantee you the next time we do it, we're definitely getting that on DVD.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it there. If you need to get in contact or would like to get in contact with Miss Powell, her information is right there on the screen. You can go to a Fire TV, Jashonda Productions. You can even also, if you'd like to contribute some money to help promote her shows or produce things that she's doing, they're in Charlotte. Cash App, $JPCLT. Or you can call her 980-288-8075. If you don't get a live person, please leave a message. Someone will return your telephone call shortly. Ylonda, I like to stay connected with you. The next time you're doing something, no matter where it's at, just like you said, people of all types are receiving your goods, no matter where it's at. Let Urban Voice Media know if we can't be there, we will be there.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. I do. Thank you for this opportunity and for me to be a part of your show this morning. I count it a privilege. Thank you.
Much love to you. Please don't go nowhere. The people they're gonna get some contact information from you.
Okay.
In reference to possibly, just keeping a good rapport, a good contact with you. That way, when you're doing something, most of us will get first heads up on it.
Okay.
Once again, people, go to. Is it on? Let me ask you before I even go. Is it on YouTube? The Stuck is on YouTube, right?
Yes. No. Stuck the Play is on the website.
Okay.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, go to that website.
Yeah, they can see the full-length play on the website.
Please shut her website down, people, by viewing Stuck. Also, the trailer, which I showed earlier of Church Girls. Go there, watch it. Shut her website down in reference to too many people just trying to get into it to where you have to call her and say, hey, I need that DVD copy. Ylonda, send it to me.
Amen.
Much love to you, Ylonda. Until next time.
All right.
Stay blessed. All right.
You too. Thank you so much.